We can't become who we need to be by remaining as we are. I was just like, I just need a fucking minute. Like, just need a minute. Like, this is my life now. I'm never alone. And it was just an omen of death. In this episode, we're on our way to speak at GymCon, and so this is gonna be our second year speaking at the event. The talk that I'm giving at Gym Launch highlights the three things that I did not understand to the depth I do now about how leadership actually works. I honestly don't even know what they're gonna think of the talk because it's so unsexy. It's not like, oh, this is gonna make you a shit ton of money tomorrow. It's like, but this will make you a shit ton of money forever if you actually know how to do it. Honestly, I'm just like not in a season right now where traveling is something that I actually want to be doing. Regardless of what it's for, I have so much going on back at work that I just feel like I'm constantly getting behind when I'm traveling. The first business I built, you know, it was just like blood, sweat, and tears, just like there wasn't a lot of thought behind it.
How did that feel though, like getting that wire?
It felt like nothing.
Zero.
I felt nothing when we got the money. I felt like relief that the process of selling the business was over because it had been painful. But like literally, as soon as we got the money, I was like, this is not enough. Versus this business, when we built it, it was like, what do I want the culture to be like? What do I want the people to be like? What kind of talent do I want to attract? How do I want to feel when I show up to work every day? You know, what do I want people to think about me? And I was just very intentional with what I wanted my everyday to look like. And I was just excited to do it. I also just didn't want to stop working. I'm freaking young. I was like, what? I was 29, I think, when we sold the company. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna retire for 70 years? Like, that's so the opposite of who I am. I think when I was younger, I thought that money was a means to a lifestyle. I think for a lot of people it is, and they view it as that. They view it as, I make money so I can have a certain lifestyle. And the reality is that I think I was lucky enough to make enough money quickly that I realized, like, after a certain point, it's not really relevant to the lifestyle. It's like, you can have the lifestyle. Now what? Why make more money? I almost see it now that I understand how to get more of it and I understand the game of money. I see it as a responsibility that I have to do good with it. I want to make money in a way that makes everybody's lives better, not worse. Right now, it's like, how do I use my business to make the world better through customers and employees? But eventually it's gonna be, how do I use my business to make the community better? It just continues to magnify. That has helped me a lot, like create a great relationship with money, because it's not about how comfortable is the money gonna make me. It's, how am I gonna use this money to do good? You remember that one time they mixed up me and Jacob's drink? Yeah, that was disgusting. So I got a dirty martini and Jacob got like this flowery drink. And then they put his electric lemonade as the base of my dirty and my dirty as the base of his electric. And we both took sips and went, oh my God. It was like the most disgusting thing you've ever tasted. Yeah, because you don't remember last year when we went here? It was we flew straight from here to New York. It's kind of crazy it was that long ago. Everything's good.
1 year waiting for you all to come back.
An entire year. No, so good to see you. It was tough traveling because I had a ton going on before. I was pretty tired. Packing and getting ready for a trip, you know, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I get to pack and get ready. Like, it's like, when am I gonna cram it in between every other thing that I have going on? Packing seems like the least high value thing I can do with my time.
And they were like, Santa's not real. And I remember I just asked him, and it was just like my heart was ripped from my body. It was like the worst day of my life. I still remember. And I wouldn't come back out for Christmas.
I don't even remember that. I can't even remember that.
Really? I think I always kind of knew, but I just like, I wanted to be upset about it.
I just think I actually operate really well when I'm like walking with somebody, when I'm walking while I do something. I just like really enjoy walking. Early on, I realized that when I was starting Gym Launch, I like gained like 15 pounds and I got a treadmill desk and it changed a lot for me. I felt so much better. I started making time for myself to go on walks, you know, do emails while I walk. I'll always find a reason to walk while I'm doing something. If I had the time, I would walk for I would power walk with a vest for 2 or 3 hours because like I have so much stamina. And like if I could, I would, but I just don't have the time.
What if it's poisonous?
It's not poisonous. She loves this shit.
I want to grab it and then throw it on Alex.
See what the frog
Just freak him out. Yeah.
I'm too scared to grab those things.
Why are you scared?
Scary.
It's a frog.
Frogs carry warts?
If they do, then I'm fucked. And I remember one time I had one and his name was Speck. I'll never forget. My friend was over. We brought him onto the driveway. We were gonna like build him a little playhouse. She didn't tell me I should take him out of the cage. I went in to get him like some kind of whatever, we had flies or some kind of shit for him. I came back out and I was like, and I felt something and I was like, it was like Speck was on my shoe, just fucking dead.
And I literally don't think I've been more traumatized as a child. The first thing he said, I was like, I'm a murderer. Dude, I'm so fucked up over this. I was like, and so we had a whole little burial for him.
Yeah,
a
that's
little
good.
funeral for Spec. So I buried my shoe with it because he was stuck on it. When I was growing up, I always envisioned myself being a good person. But I mean, I'm sure many people can relate to this. It's like you grow up and you meet a lot of people who are shitty. And then you're just like, I know that that's the easy way to go, but I don't want to live my life that way. I don't want to end my life that way. And so for me, it's just always been like being a person of character and not losing sight of my values.
Reptile life.
Animals?
Animals
Oh my God, I
in
love
general.
animals. I did that. I had little bunnies I would catch in an area that had like a ton of forest. So just like tons of critters everywhere. And not losing sight of my values and being able to accomplish things with my values, not by leaving them behind. I didn't know what that was going to look like when I was younger. You know, I think I just thought I was going to save animals. Like I always wanted to help. I love helping people in any way. And I think I've just found a different way to do that. I feel really lucky to be in a position where I can help people. When I was younger, you don't even know what the possibilities are. You see your mom or your dad and you're like, I want to be like you when I grow up, you know? And I always saw my dad because he's such a good person. He's truly like one of the best, just such a genuinely amazing human. That's always been a standard for me. You know, as mushy and fluffy as it sounds, and you will see all my hard business technical content, like I really do believe like none of it's worth it if you don't align with your values, and none of it's worth it if you're not the person you want to be and you're not continuing to grow. I know. What?
Oh!
Did you step on it?
I totally saw that coming.
I just saw it. I was like, oh wow, it's nailed that one.
I felt a little off because in general, if you want to speak to an audience, you want to be connected with that audience you're speaking to. And so I think I had this apprehension around that in general that I think carried with me into everything leading up to the event. And I think I just was feeling like I kind of wanted to just get it over with, to be honest. You know, it was a long flight and then the frog died. And it was just an omen of death. So we're on our way to our first day of GymCon, and I woke up way more jet lagged than I expected. And so I was just not feeling on point. Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm just like, trying to preserve my energy that I do have. I actually like the stuff I'm talking about, which makes it easy. It's just, I don't know why I'm so tired. Oh my God, give me a name tag and I'll kill everyone. Hi, how's it going?
Have you been warned about how many people are in the photo line to meet you?
No.
It's 180 people. But if you remember, we're gonna fire through people really, really, really quick. It'll be like 30 to 40 minutes. So first you do your talk, then at the end we'll give you time just to refresh while we get people queued up, and then it's 180 people through the photo line. Super, super quick.
Got it.
40 minutes.
Okay, don't step on no frogs today.
We were walking for 9,000 steps, didn't we?
How's it going? How you doing? Good. Just a little jet lag. So I was like, in the car, I was like, I'm preserving my energy for the speech. I haven't done this talk before, so it's not like anything I've done before, but we shall see. Oh my God, you're fine. Thanks for having us. I think I just felt like the moment I walked in, there was like cameras and this and that, and it was all backstage footage, I know. But I think that coupled with not feeling great about the speech, that was it. I was just being pissy.
How's the presentation feel?
Oh, good. I think I'm gonna be able to ramble a lot more because it's stuff I really is top of mind for me, which I think always does the best.
I get it. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
that's just sucked. Like, that felt shitty.
Oh, why?
Because, you know, get in your head. Like, it's probably not,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But just like we beat ourselves up.
I think everyone's different before they step on stage. I want to not be talked to.
So from growing gym launch from 0 to 50 million in 24 months, growingacquisition.com to 500 million.
You know, something I didn't realize was like, you know, right before I step on stage, like 3-5 minutes, I just need to be alone.
What you're gonna learn in the next presentation is the secret thing holding you back from the rapid growth that you know you're capable of.
I don't know if anyone's gonna like my presentation.
I was just like, I just need a fucking minute. Like, just need a minute. Like, this is my life now. I'm never alone. I just need like 3 minutes to collect my thoughts.
The best kept secret in business today. Welcome, Leila Hormozi, let's get up!
Today, what I want to talk to you guys about, it's something that I actually have not spoken of in my content. What I want to talk about is the invisible force keeping you stuck. My promise to you is that by the end of this presentation, you will be able to use my 3-part framework to beat 99% of business owners. The traditional ways of giving hard feedback, I'm just going to say, are wrong. If you would like to make your life
a little bit easier and your business a little bit better, give these 3 principles a try. Guys, thank you so much.
Nailed it.
You know, I think something I never take for granted is like, you know, we do these photo lines.
We're gonna have you stand right here on the L. We're gonna run it really fast and out that way.
Me too?
Valuable what you said. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Good. I got you and Alex a present.
Oh.
Kate has it. Love all your content.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, I just always make my best effort that like, I want to make every single person feel seen. Hi, you look so pretty.
Thanks, so do you, babe.
You know, despite the fact that they're growing so fast, it's like 4 seconds per person, I try my best to smile, to shake their hand, to say hi, like, you look great, I like your dress, whatever it may be, just because, you know, I remember I've met so many people that have done those photos. I've had not even just neutral experiences, but I've had enough negative experiences that like, I've just never wanted to create that for somebody.
Thank you for everything. We came from Croatia to see you.
Croatia?
Croatia, yeah, from you.
You know, some people come all the way from Australia or from New Zealand or from all over the place just for this photo. You know, I don't take those things for granted. I think if anything, I felt oddly guilty at the fact that I was just wanting to get home, you know, because I felt like I had a lot of things I needed to do. So fast. 180 people so quickly. Honestly, everyone in the line was like, dude, that was exactly what I needed. I was like, okay, thank God. I just have very high expectations. No, your intro was actually very good.
Was it? Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't even need to keep the part in my slides. I just always keep it because like, dude, even in our workshops, someone will come up to be like, so what do you do in the business? And I'm like, yeah. I think a lot of people are like, well, if people liked it, then why are you upset that it was not exactly how you wanted it to be? And you know, I think a lot of people look at that as a problem. I look at that as my advantage. You know, I have very high standards because I know what I'm capable of. You know, I'm not unreasonable and I don't have unrealistic expectations of myself. I think I'm constantly just trying to get better. I don't beat myself up over it. I can get frustrated at times, more so because of how busy I can be at times. I don't ever hate myself for not doing anything perfectly. I just can acknowledge that it wasn't my best work. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that's how you get better. Like anything you do in life can be a vehicle for growth if you take advantage of it. And I felt like if I'm presenting this year, I want it to be better than last year. If it's not, why? And that was what I had an issue with more than the reaction of the audience itself. See you guys. Have fun tonight.
How you doing?
I mean, like every person that came up to me was like, oh my God, that was so good. But I practiced it better than it came out. I just wasn't in a vibe today. And when I practiced it, I had so many more stories and like, I should have cued myself with the that's honestly where I fucked up, is I should have cued myself with the slides better. But I was like, oh, I just like this topic so much, it doesn't matter. But then when I'm tired and not feeling like presenting, I should have had the cues there just in case.
Yeah. Like this like story about her.
Yeah, or a picture. That's okay, I'll do it again better next time.
Did you see the gift I got?
No.
The magic cards? Look, Leila.
What?
These are magic cards. They're like legit magic cards. I love this one. So there's 2 of these that are supposed to be BAI.
This looks exactly like what's his face. Bro, this is sick.
Leila's diligent mastermind.
Fucking cool.
Who gave this to you?
One of the gym ones.
Because I had like 2 people that told me that they had gifts for us. So just wrapped up first day at GymCon and now gonna go to dinner with the team and you know, feeling good that I got my presentation done, but honestly not feeling great because I didn't feel like it was immaculate. And I think I just realized that I'm at a point in my life where I don't have the bandwidth to make everything that I put out right now immaculate. I just have more responsibilities this year than I did last year. And so last year, I think it was a little more fun for me because, you know, you go with your whole team and you're vlogging, you're doing all this stuff. And this year I had so much stuff going on. I wasn't feeling my best physically whatsoever. I had a ton of work I was trying to catch up on and I had quarterlies coming up. And so it was one of those weird ones where it's like, when you go on a trip and you're like, not at a place where I can enjoy this right now. Because I just have so many other things taking my attention. So it's like a weird feeling of like feeling grateful for everybody that was there that came to watch and then also feeling like, gosh, I just really want to be home.
Was it a weird feeling coming back to the business that once took like all your time and energy?
I think there's always some sort of feeling of guilt, not of the business, but of the team, because it's kind of like you move on, you know? We've moved on, we have a new business now.
As far as like people wise, like how does it feel to come back to some of the people that you actually built the company with?
Honestly, when I talk about feeling any kind of nostalgia over the business is comprised of people. And so how I feel about the business is how I feel about the people. They're one and the same. Like, you're not like missing your CRM. You're not like nostalgic about your fucking payment processor. Like, you're nostalgic about the people that built it with you and the memories that you made with them. We didn't start that business the same way we started acquisition. And so, you know, I guess I can say this. Like, that was the first business we ever had, and we stumbled into it. It wasn't intentional. You know, it was like, how do we get out of poverty? And then we happened to hit a market at the right time, and then we capitalized on it by learning how to build a business. I think it's a lot easier to sell something that you never meant to build than it is to sell something that you've dreamed of your whole life. You know, I think if someone were to propose the idea of like selling acquisition.com right now, this is a business I've put years of time into thinking about. To be like, will I love every day? Will I really like the things I'm doing? Will I get fulfillment out of it? So much so that when times are hard, it's easy to say, I still choose this. What do you define as success? And success for me has always been tied to my character. I'm lucky because I think that enables me to be good at business because people want to work for me and people trust me. You know, I was just talking to somebody about this. I was like, I don't think you understand. Like, this is not about money for me. It's about the kind of person I can become. You know, and one thing I'm grateful for is that this time I get to document the journey. You know, something that I would think would have been really cool to look back on in whatever way I used it. It's just documenting growing Gym Launch, and now I get to document acquisition.com. You know, and I think for those of you who are new to my channel, or maybe you didn't start following me until recently, go look at my YouTube videos from even just 2 years ago, or go look at my Instagram. I mean, it's like horrendous. You know, I get to look back at that and be like, wow, in the days that I feel like, am I even making progress? I get to look back and be like, wow, I am. Not just in content, but you can imagine how those things trickle down to every other area of your life. Just showing up confidently for your team, being a strong leader, it all trickles down. So I'm just grateful that I'm documenting it. I'm trying to make it as unfiltered as possible. You know, this wasn't like the most upbeat trip ever. I also had a lot of personal things going on. That's the stuff that is real and always happening. No matter how successful somebody looks on the outside, it doesn't always feel that way on the inside. Like, if your business is growing and you're pushing yourself and you're trying to grow your business, like, you're always doing new stuff, you're always pushing the limit, and you're always in uncharted territory. Right now, I need to level up. I'm at a point where I'm like, I need to operate differently, meaning like a new version of myself needs to arise to rise to the occasion. And like, I have chills just saying it because like I feel that so deeply right now. I don't want to run from any challenge. I need to rise to the occasion.